folks, I already know you know the title of this thing. It's about to get real quick. But let me just do my appreciation. I want to first of all, welcome to I Am Leslie Jones. I want to send my appreciation to all my patrons, folks. I started my Patreon last week. I already have 5 patrons. I appreciate you guys. Mi corazón, my heart just makes me happy. And then I got my first super chat from Kareem. So follow Herbalist Kareem. Thank you, brother. That was a blessing on a blessing on a blessing. And what else? I feel like I'm forgetting one thing. No, that was it. Short but sweet. Announcements. Folks, you can become a YouTube member and join my page and have perks. For example, I have a video premiering. Actually, let me share that screen. I have a video premiering this Saturday, but my patrons, this one here, where is it at? This video here, but my patrons have already watched it. So you get early access to my videos. I feel like I'm yelling. Am I yelling? I'm excited. Okay. And then if you want to become a YouTube member, you can also do that here as well. Watch this video and get all the details. Folks, this becoming monetized just opened up a whole new door for me to, I don't want to say serve, but to me to cater to you. Open a whole different door for me to cater to you and for you to support my journey. So those are the announcements. I feel like I have one more. Saturday, premieres dropping. Okay, let's get into it. First, I want to preface, that's how you say it. I want to preface this video and say, these are our stories. Before I bring my guest on, these are our stories. We're sharing our experience. So if you get mad, it's not our fault. We can't go back and change our lives to cater to your emotions, okay? So, and what we say, it's not a blanket statement for everyone. This is just what we went through. Our experiences with the American African man versus the Ghanaian African man. So, our hearts and minds clear? Okay. Let me make sure I got everything out the way. Oh, and also, I will be sharing statistics. So, yes, it's our story. Yes, it's our lives. But I also want to give you some solid information. You know, me and my nerdiness, I like to educate and share, statistics and all that jazz. Okay. From credible sites. Okay. Oh, and no, I can share that later. Okay, folks, are you guys ready for my guest? Are you guys ready? Okay, here she comes. 你好，欢迎来到 I am Leslie Jones. 这个是我的朋友 Ruddy, my bestie. Is not my bestie in a Tessie?
大家好，你可以叫我艾斯利我刚刚生了一个宝宝呀，他叫 Zachary。对。
She just had a baby, folks. That's what she just said. She just had a baby. So, 这个是 correct me if I'm wrong. 这个是他 I'm messing this up. My goodness. Let me try again. 他和他人住在郑州 No. Forget it. You're in China right now with your family. You're there, okay? Yeah. So introduce yourself. Tell the people a little about who you are. Oh, folks. Also, if you're in the live right now, post something to let me know that the chats are working. Because last time I did a whole show and I talked for 40 minutes and I didn't get anyone's chat and I ended up having like 21 messages I missed. So please, where are you tuning in from? We have China in the house. We have California in the house. Where else are you guys watching this from? Okay, so Ruddy, tell us a little about who you are.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Did your husband just come back? Folks, I know some of you guys have babies before, so you never know when you have a newborn baby, your schedule can get thrown off. Yes, Washington, D.C., Mills, thank you for checking in. Welcome. Who else? What state What country? As we get settled. Your husband came back?
Yes, I'm so sorry. I have to apologize. Just like a quick handoff.
No problem.
Can I make an
BCB?
introduction now?
Yeah.
I see Washington, D.C. here. Okay, so I'm Ashley Ruddy, and so you can call me Ruddy. That's no problem. We've been in China for about going on to 5 years now, and we've been living here. I'm married to a Ghanaian. His name is Kojo, but you can call him Eddie. And what else? What else do I have to share? I have 2 kids.
No, that's it. That's good. You revealed the whole. Good, right? You revealed that you're married to a Ghanaian, so people already know that that's your side that you chose. Okay, but we're gonna talk about what happened in the past as well. Chicago in the house. Thank you, BCB, one of my patrons. How you doing? How you doing? So far it looks like we have mostly males, which that's a good thing because we want you guys' perspective too. So yeah, let's get into these questions, shall we? Okay, where are you from? Okay, so where were you raised and where's your lineage from? Let's start there.
Okay, so I was born in Brooklyn, raised in New York. My parents are from Jamaica, so I have Jamaican heritage, very important to me. Went back to Jamaica very often. And if you do like the whole DNA test, my brother did it, and we saw like a lot of Nigerian working in there, some Congo, stuff like that. So, yeah.
Now, okay, people in Ghana, Vicky's in the house, my neighbor, yes. So it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. See, that's when you know people love you. You know, they love you. I'm glad you brought up that. I'm going to put this AfricanAncestryDNA.com. I'm going to put this up because I also did my lineage and Sierra Leone from the Mende tribe. So there's a lot of DNA testing you can do, but there's only one, folks, that caters to the African descendant that can go back 5,000 years, right? There's only one database, and that's AfricanAncestry.com. They'll break it down all the way down to your tribe, folks. No one else can do that. So Sierra Leone from the Mende tribe, 100%. Boop, period. So I don't know if you heard this, Ruddy. So Jamaican, they traced that from the slave ships, it went directly to Jamaica. So a lot of them were able to get automatic citizenships to Ghana. Did you hear about that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I was hoping that my test would be mostly Ghanaian, but I didn't take the test yet myself, so I have to also take it myself. But even right now, I don't know if you guys know, but like even Jamaica and Ghana right now have like you don't have to have visas to like go back and forth between the countries. So like we have a really tight bond. So it's awesome.
Nice. Yeah. Love it. Okay. Let's start with our African American side, our American African side. As many, you can, if you want to share one story, it can be as many stories you want, and then I'll come with my experience. But what has your experience been with the American African man?
It's hard. Like this is like going way back. Like like I'm going way back. Like let me think about it, because like I don't want to also make like generalizations that are like trying to like, because I really can't. You know what I mean? Like
just your life. Okay, I'll start. Yeah, folks. Yeah. My experience with the American African man is barely nothing. I've had one boyfriend in my lifetime. I met him at a young adult Bible study, and I think we were together for 1 year and 6 months, and it was fun. We're both young, no money, so it wasn't like we could really do anything. But that was my only Black boyfriend, my only American African boyfriend. So since then, I have not had any other boyfriends. And that's because, folks, here especially in Los Angeles, California, I get approached more by white men, Persians, and what's another one? White men and Persians. Those are the number 2. So when I say literally the last 5 dates I went on, it was a Filipino, two Persians. Um, I'm missing, I'm missing something. Three white men, and the one of the white men I went on a date on to prove to myself I wasn't racist. Because I've been educating myself since this like Black Lives Matter movement. I've learned a lot, and I'm just like, let me make sure I don't hate nobody. Let me go on this date, okay? So, but oh, and one black man. So all this was within the last, I would say, 2 years. And what puts just a bad taste in my mouth is because the only black man that asked me out 2 hours later, because I made a lot of people Uber driving. So we're like, okay, when you get done with your shift, let's go out and get some drinks. So I was like, cool. 2 hours from after I was done talking to him, he's like, oh, I changed my mind. I'm going to go buy some wine and let's watch a movie at my house. And I was so happy. I was like, oh, finally a black man. Yes. And he does that 2 hours after we talk. But then the other people take me out downtown Pasadena, all these nice, meals. I'm just like, where's my brothers at? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? And then when I get to Ghana, it's a whole different story. So yeah, that's my side. Bestie, I'm glad I'm making you laugh. So what? Yeah, share, sis.
So yeah, like it's definitely similar in the sense where it's like I don't think that like it's so hard for me to say because I'm just gonna be straight. Like the community that like I was like raised in, you know what I mean? Like I was born in Brooklyn, but we kind of like moved into Long Island. It was a very much like Euro, I call it Euro, Euro community with people from Euro descent. So it's not like we weren't seeing a lot of like Black people to begin with. And then the ones that you do see, they have like this thing for Euro people. I don't know if it's because you're raised in like a European, you know what I mean? A community, or that's how it is in the US, And
so
like,
we're gonna talk about that.
Yes, we should talk about that.
I got statistics, girl. Don't play. I'm ready.
So that's the thing. So it's like that, and then like I mean, like the people who have approached me and like asked me on dates and things like that. Number one, like I'm gonna make some generalizations. If it was a if it was an African American, usually it was light-skinned African Americans and not like ones that like maybe the same skin tone as me. So that was one thing I noticed. I don't know if it's a trend. So like even I can like give you like 4 light-skinned African Americans who are like, oh hey, like gonna date, like things like that pursuing me. But then when it came to like my skin tone and like maybe I was like attracted to them, it just wasn't happening. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, and then when there was like maybe like people. So I'll just be straight. Is that like I don't really like people very easily. Like my husband is like the only one that I really like. So like I'm like kind of like that. Like very like we grew up very like strict, like Christian background, and we're very much like, oh, you must marry like the pastor type, someone who's uber Christian. So like it was a little bit different when it came to like my dating experience because like I know like. We were looking at for different things. Like I wasn't really like attracted to a lot of people at all. But yeah, I saw that trend where it was like, if it was African American, it was definitely going to be light-skinned African Americans. And then when it came to like maybe like people that share the same like melanin content as me, I would say that it was like very rare. And usually they'll say things like, oh, I don't really date like dark-skinned girls, or like, oh, like you have things like that. So that's what I heard that a lot. It was like, oh yeah, I only like European. But they didn't say European. They said, oh, I do white girls and things like that. So like that's what I definitely experienced when it came to African American men, is that like the more melanated they got, like the more they were just like, inside my community, like maybe I need to have someone to do, yeah, like that. And then I think once like people who were like very seriously pursuing me, because like, but this was like more like in the Christian realm, it was like they had to be like these like. One of them was like one of those like African Americans that were in like those cults, like those. I mean, I don't want to call it a cult. Okay, I'm not going to call it a cult.
It is what it is.
Maybe other people are in it. And cults are bad. I think cults are cute sometimes. He was inside this kind of like a cult where it's like either you accept everything that they believe in, or then you're completely out and like your ex. I remember like I met him the first. So it was a little bit odd because the first time we met, I think our second time he took me out. I met his parents, and they were like, "We're so glad that you are interested in like, you know, like this kind of stuff." And they were very much into like the whole like African thing, like very much Afrocentric, everything African, like in their house, everything African, pictures of Africa, different kind of stuff. So it was like it had to be someone who was very much like Afrocentric, you know what I mean? And then he was like, okay, like I really want to have like a full like African woman, you know? And that's when he was like very serious about pursuing me. And then I think another one was we had a culture clash. You know what I mean? Like he was very much into the whole idea of like I guess I'm not like I don't know if I'm black enough, Leslie. Am I black enough? Because like he was into this whole thing about like, oh, black this and black that, and I thought that I was black enough, but I guess I'm not. And he was saying that I was racist because like the way I view certain things, I was racist. Like I was like an Oreo, I was like white and stuff. So
I was called Oreo too.
Oh, yes. So that was my experience in the African American side, as you see. I think there's definitely a lot of colorism involved, you know, and there was also a lot of like, let me see what people are saying. I know, or like, with yours too.
Yeah,
we all have similarities.
Yeah. Because, and I like how you're from the East Coast, I'm from the West Coast, same similarities. Now, the American African men I experienced from the South, I've been called that a number of times. Yeah, Oreo. Why? White in the center, white on the inside, black on the outside. Just because I remember I would go to the South for family reunions. They'd be like, "You talk white." I'm like, let me live and talk the way I want to talk. Okay. But the men from the South, I experienced it's different with them. Like I remember almost every time either someone from the South comes to Cali or if I go to the South, I can see like their eyes like open, like they're trying to like take me in. And I'm just like, what is that? Like, why are you different from the West Coast guy? You know, I'm thinking maybe they're still in touch with the melanin, with the Africanness, with the blackness, you know.
That's a good point.
Yeah, anyone from the South in the chat and explain why that is? Because every time I meet a Southern brother, it's
that's
a different ball game. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah,
like they're still
right. You're speaking
they're
nobody's
still
from the South. Yeah, because let me see.
I got that too.
So like when I went down south, I felt that same exact thing. It was like I was very much appreciated, and like I'm cute. You know what I'm saying? So like of course like I'm gonna be appreciated, but like I wasn't really seen in like when I was in New York, I wasn't seen in Long Island. But like when I went down south, I was seen like, hey girl, hey, everyone's saying hey. I remember when I was 19. There was an African American, like yeah, and like he loved me so much, and he was so like. And he was really sweet, and he was from the South, yeah, because like Georgia's. Oh, I forgot about Georgia's. Yeah, so it's different. You're right. It's definitely different when you go down south.
Because even my friends, that Miles says culture differences. Yeah, my friend that she moved to Atlanta, and she's like, Leslie, if you come out here, you get married so quick. And I'm just like, well, that's another example. Like. That's another example. Yeah. So even though, because Ghana is the same size as California, you know, so the States is a huge country. So we have East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, South. So just like Miles said, it's culture differences. So I'm not sure how men are raised different in the South. Because I know on West Coast, everyone's trying to be like, everyone want a Beyonce or like, not everyone, but it's that Eurocentric beauty that's very pushed in our face all the time.
Exactly.
There's some guys like some people in my family, they don't like black girls, and you ask them why.
I don't want to put him on blast. And he said that before. And I was just like, really? That doesn't make any sense, you know?
I'm telling you, it's the Eurocentric beauty that's pushed. So when I went to Ghana. Well, before I even got to Ghana, I was walking in LAX to Ethiopian Airlines. You hear me? Just walking to my gate. Hey, Mari, just walking to my gate. Also, I hear, beautiful girl. Beautiful girl. The further you're away from the South, the men are different. Yes, Vicky. So I'm not even in Ghana yet. I'm walking to my gate to leave for Ghana. To a black airlines, African Airlines, I'm already getting beautiful gal. I said, oh, it's about to be on and popping. It's
Oh
gonna be on and
no.
popping. And I get to Ghana. When I tell you I couldn't even walk down the street. I felt so blessed. Like we are the standard of beauty. There's billboards. Everything is us, except one about the skin bleaching. But it's it's us. We're on the
It's
money.
true.
Yeah. It's melanin on the money,
It's
melanin on the billboard. So what about have you been to Ghana?
I haven't been to Ghana yet. I should
Oh,
have
okay.
been, but I haven't been. I can speak of my experience in Jamaica. It's a little bit different than Ghana, but like it's the same kind of thing where it's like where it's I'm very well appreciated. You know what I mean? So it's like you
Mm-hmm.
feel the appreciation. Like, as a beautiful woman, we're both beautiful women. We know it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we need to not need to, but like we should get appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're in the South, you're in Jamaica, you get the appreciation. And I know in Ghana, go ahead, speak about your experience. And I'll speak about mine in China because it's very much
Mm.
a lot of Ghanaians are here, a lot of like Nigerians and
Oh
different
yeah, your
people from Africa.
story.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to hear
Mhm.
your story. So there's a couple of scenarios in Ghana. One, I was walking down the street and gal, beautiful gal. It's that same line, beautiful gal. Hey. And we ended up exchanging numbers. Super nice guy. Went on a couple of dates with him. Cutie. Okay. So I'm just like, look it, I just got here and I'm already being sought out just walking down the street. Okay. So that was one. And we're still friends to this day. And another one, here's the thing though. Ghana is polygamy is a thing. It's a regular thing. Because like there's Christians and there's the other part is Muslims, and Muslims they practice polygamy. And then Leslie, have you ever been to? I've never been to Jamaica, which
Need to go there.
yeah, we do need to go there. Beautiful guys. Um, and so it's polygamy is a thing. People can have multiple partners. So going to Ghana, if you guys, ladies, if you're watching this, you got to make sure what's your ideology. Are you okay with your man to have multiple partners? Right? Because a lot of them they'll want to marry you super quick, right? Because a lot of them have motives. Because some are trying to get to America. Hello, and they see you as a ticket to get there, or they want multiple women. And it's very patriarchal. So thank goodness I avoided some of those situations. So there's one time I was walking down the street, Four Wise, BCB. There's one time I was walking down the street and he goes, "Hey, I want to talk to you." And I kept on walking because you're not going to talk to me like that. Period. There's no way. And you're parked on the corner. A woman that walks up to a car on the corner is a prostitute in my eyes. That's how I see it. And so a policeman was talking to him. So the policeman goes, "Hey, he wants to talk to you." I was like, "Oh, he wants to talk to me? Well, he can get out his car and walk to me." And he got out his car and walked to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So it's not like they're
Mm-hmm.
trying to use you for your citizenship status. Yeah. Yes, some of them do. So it's not like they're like bad people, but that's just what they're used to. They're used to, from my experience and what I see, is that they're used to it's very patriarchal there. And so when I sniff that patriarchalness, I'm like, first of all, you about to walk to me. I'm not walking to you. You want to talk to me, sir? What? What? And so that was that scenario. And then he got out, he walked to me. And thank goodness I had a ring on my finger. I have a video about that. I wear a wedding ring on my finger to avoid certain situations. So he saw he said, "Oh, you're married." I was like, "Yes." And that's how I got out of that. But then there's another time I was at a restaurant and I walked by. He was sitting. He was like, "Hey, I want to talk to you. Come here." I kept on walking. I said, "You got me twisted. Twisted." So it's like, they love them some black women, but the treatment, that was my experience in Ghana. And so thankfully the men that I went out with treated me like I was the only woman on the earth. So yeah. And I've had a really bad experience, but that's going to be for my web series. So I'll talk about that then. So please tell us your experience with how'd you guys meet? How did that even come to be? Hold on one second. Question. Are they as color struck in Ghana as black people are here in America? So colorism, everyone's black in Ghana. So when it comes to colorism is really strong here. And it's not as bad in Ghana. There's like billboards talking about like bleaching your skin. And that's kind of like a thing over there. But for the most part, Black woman is the center of beauty, period. Okay, so yes,
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
story.
like I'll definitely like say from that. It's like it's not definitely not like the US where it's like it's very like blatantly like colorist. It's definitely not like Ghanaian men and like a lot of different African men. They really appreciate it like a beautiful melanated woman,
Mm-hmm.
full melanated, and they don't have any issue with that. It's not like they see it and then in their mind they're just like, oh, she's like darker and she's like it's not like that. It's very like I would say like it's normal. Like I'm normal. Like we're normal. So
We're
it's like we're
normal.
the normal. But, yeah. um. So like my experience, yeah. So like I've been able to have like the privilege of getting very close to a lot of Ghanaians here and Nigerians, you know. And so like I'm like become very close friends with them, girls and guys, you know. And so it's like I think that I can understand it on a deeper level. So it's not now it's not just like surface, like, oh, I met you once and like this is how whatever. This is like people like I know about like their heart and how they feel towards certain things. And so I would have to say that like when it came to the Ghanaians that I've met here in China, it's like number one, I cannot generalize, but they have like this more conservative view. And when I mean by conservative, it's like they have this idea where it's like, okay, like you do treat women right, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You how can I put this? It's like it's much more conservative. Like you take the woman out, you open the door for the woman. And I know that our men do like men inside the US who do it as well, but like the Ghanaians do it to like the next level where it's like you really take care of like the woman well. And also I've been privileged to meet like a lot of Ghanaian men who do things like cook and clean and do like, you know, like they share the responsibilities. And even when it comes to like the Fanti tribe, I hope I'm not misquoting this, but it's like they get like their name and their lineage and also their tribe gets passed down through the mother. So it's like a whole different thing where it's like the respect for the woman is so high. They even talk
Mm-hmm.
about like how like the Ashanti tribe is like the woman in the Ashanti tribe were the ones who are protecting Ghana when the people from like Europe came
Portugal
and
and
things like
Europe.
that. Yeah, so like their appreciation for women is just amazing. The ones that I've
Mm-hmm.
met, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
And they
right.
really respect women. So it's like they're willing to like put out a lot. They're willing to spend a lot of money for women, and they're willing to like go the extra mile for women and things like that. That's what I've experienced, and it's good. I like it's all been like very good experiences with Ghanaians.
Mm-hmm.
All been very good, and then also it's the ones who have all of them have very strong Christian values, and
Mm-hmm.
that means that like so you can separate religion and morality. You know what I mean? Like they have like this morality where it's like, oh, there's a certain level of respect they're supposed to give, and you should treat people well, and things like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I would say in that side, and also with the polygamy, you mentioned the polygamy is that like it's different groups. So maybe like certain tribes and like certain groups would be okay with polygamy, and then some of them are very much against it because of their strong Christian values.
Mm.
So
Got
when
you.
it comes to that,
There's
yes.
a
Oh, let's
there's a
do this.
comment here. Interesting. I got
Okay.
a different perspective though. My dad is Ghanaian, mom is African American. I grew up both in Michigan and Ghana. Growing up and dating both sides was really interesting.
I
Miles,
want to hear
please, we want
more.
to hear. Don't play,
We
Miles. I'll have you
want
on this stream real quick because that would be
yes,
awesome to have a male perspective on here. But
absolutely.
so Miles, I put the link in the description box on YouTube. So if you want to click that, feel free to do that and you can
Come,
join.
come
Hmm.
in,
Yeah.
please. Okay.
So tell me how you met your husband.
Okay, so it's Eddie. So with his name is Eddie, and like with Eddie, it was just like I was doing a research experiment for my PhD program, and I had to have someone with very high advanced Chinese to like come and do it. And so the people here, like people with the advanced Chinese, they were all African, be it like Senegal, Nigeria. I had one from which East African country was that? I don't even remember, but
Kenya?
it was all over. So I was getting a ton of different African countries coming in. And then they were all just like regular people. In Chinese, you call it putong, putong, just regular looking people, whatever. But
Mhm.
then Eddie came. My friend said, oh, I know someone in the other campus that I can bring. Eddie came in. Tall guy, nice muscles, looking handsome, very attractive. Like, I've never been like so attracted to a man in my life. And I was just like, oh my goodness, like this exists. You know what I mean? I was just like, come in. I was like, lie. We always look in Chinese. And
Lai lai
it was
lai ba.
awesome. Yeah, we connected like so quickly and so easily because of so many different things. Number one, culturally speaking, like we actually like shared a lot of stuff. Because like if you come from a very like a strong Christian background, then like actually like you would probably like mesh very well with Ghanaians, you know. Also, I have like my Jamaican background, so it's like it's not just all American. Other things. Also, he's from middle class. Like that's the thing too. It's like you also have to like pick by class. That sounds weird, but class really means a lot. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if you're meeting people who are like in a lower class, which sounds bad, but like people who are poor, then it's going to be a different experience altogether. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's when you're going to see
because they can't buy you no food.
Yeah. So you have to like pick by class as well. So middle class family, strong family, mother, father. You know what I'm saying? Like raised well. Then you see like start seeing similarities. The social economic class is very important, super, super important when it comes to these things, unfortunately, but that's just the truth, you know? And so, yeah, it was great. Like, honestly, if you're going to ask me like, oh, was it so different than like Americans? It was very similar because like guys are guys, you know what I mean? He's a very very respectful, all these different things. It really matched up. And I didn't really feel that whole entire thing of like, oh, I'm dating someone from another country because I think you know what I'm saying? I really feel like the class makes a difference. More exposed to like different worlds, you know what I mean? Understanding how things work in the world, you know, and having money, you know, like having money does change the way you act. It really does, unfortunately, but that's just the case. So I would just say like the experience overall, I can't even tell, like if he was in the US, it would be even similar, you know, like, oh, okay, that means like you're with someone who's a very strong Christian, similar stuff, middle class, you know? And then I guess the only biggest difference probably was like the appreciation for being with someone as beautiful as myself. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, it was like, I guess like you weren't, because I am the standard of beauty. You know what I mean? So therefore when you see me, yeah, everything's gonna look at me and be like, yes. So it was very much appreciated. You know what I mean? And I feel it every single day. Every day it's like, he looks at me like, wow, you're just like gorgeous. And I'm like, yes, I know. Thank you for understanding and appreciating and seeing it, you know?
Yeah. And I hope... And I hope if you're watching this, I hope you hear her correctly, because she knows her value, right? She's not comparing herself to the Eurocentric standard of beauty. So she's not saying like, I know I'm bomb. She's saying, I know, and thank you for appreciating the mother nature in me, because we are the first. Hello? We're the first. Everyone literally comes from our gene pool. Period. Right? So when you come from that perspective, how you feel about yourself changes, and how you allow people to treat you changes, and how you respond to compliments changes. Being well-traveled with an appreciation of different cultures gives you so much to relationships. Yes. Yes, I'm loving this tonight, Leslie. Yeah, I'm so glad you're loving this. Yay! Yeah, I'm so glad. Hey, see, girl, I haven't even looked down at my questions because we're just rolling right now. We are just rolling. So, from what you said, from what I hear, it sounds like you're saying there's similarities when it comes to fundamental beliefs between the American African and the Ghanaian African. So what makes it different is Ghanaians kind of do it at a higher and deeper level when it comes to respect and appreciation. Ooh.
Yes, absolutely.
Why do you think that is? Why? Why? Why is that? If from your perspective, and people in the chat room, why do you think that is? Let me say why I think, and then as you think. Why I think that is because colonization and the history. I'm gonna be real. I used to be a coon. I was a coon that didn't know she was a coon. So there's coons that know they're coons, and there's coons that don't know they're coons. Okay, my mentality was a product of my environment. What I grew up watching on TV, whiteness. All my Barbie dolls, whiteness. Everything whiteness, right? So I grew up. Oh, and seeing the reflection of Black men on television, like gangsters, stealing, beating up people, drugs, all that stuff. In my mind, I was like, I didn't tell nobody except my close family. I'm like, I want a white man. Like, that was my mentality. I was like, no, because, I just, first of all, growing up, they're the ones that complimented me the most. So surprisingly, thank goodness for my dad and my brothers and my cousins. They gave me love too. But at the same time, you want attention from people outside your family, right? So there's people at my high school one guy complimented me almost every day complimented me on just the way I looked, and he was white. I would get teased by the black guys. So growing up being complimented by the white man, but being teased by black men, that does something to your psychology. And then when you go on TV, whiteness is all you see. There was no, I didn't see myself. They barely came out with a black Barbie doll when I was like in what, third or fourth grade, you know?
Yeah.
And she still had straight hair. Yeah. By that time, I'm just like, why do I look like this? You know? Thank goodness I had a mom that looked like me, because I was able to find comfort in that. And so, yes, so I was just like, oh, I'm going to give me a white man. But this is when I knew I had a problem, because I started putting down the American African. So I was like, it's one thing to like something. You can like whatever or whoever you want. But when you start degrading, that's when I was just like, I have a problem. I have a problem. And so check this out. This is one of the first steps I got over that. I did a lot of background work for movies. And there's this brother from the South. Incidents. I said, why do you think I have this mentality? He was like, first of all, you're programmed to think this way. And second of all, you're attracted to power. I said, oh. I said, okay. I said, okay. And so he said that we'll have to chop it up. I have some stories for you too. Yes, BCB, for sure. I'm telling you, that link is, if you want to get on this, that link is in the description box on YouTube. And I said, okay. So I always remember that, but I still had my issue. So as I just started, as I got older, years later, my brother had a homework assignment to watch 13th. That documentary on Netflix. I said, all this is perpetrated. Yeah. Y'all don't have the power. Y'all stole, raped, exploit till this day. Y'all don't have the power. Y'all stole the power. Y'all eradicated. Y'all treacherously took the power. It's my black men who have the power. This stuff can't go on. I got you. Okay, yeah, we're gonna chop it up for sure, BCB. He said what he has can't be online. So after I got that revelation, after watching that documentary, I said, oh, I'm a product of the programming in this country. And ever since then, I said, no. Like if I'm attracted to power, who really has the power when it comes to creativity? When it comes to, where did it all originate from? Us. Hello? I mean, that's science. Times Magazine did an article on it. So if people refuse to believe that, that's their issue. But facts and statistics, that's what it is. So, girl, go ahead.
Yeah, like honestly, I have to say, because the funniest thing is this, is that like maybe I guess I was racist too, because I don't know how else to put it. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, like I love our African brothers and sisters. Like, I'm not like intentionally racist, but like I have like a lot of like stereotypes about like African American men, and it's ingrained because he grew up seeing like, okay, who's doing all the crime? Oh, duh. Where are the most dangerous places? Oh, duh. Where all this different stuff, who, all these different things. And so even coming here, you know, like I remember Eddie, my husband, he was just like, why are you always saying negative? Like you say low-key negative things about African American men all the time. Those are my brothers. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, are they your brothers? You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess we all are one family, but I'm just like, you know, really? And you always like stick up for them, saying these are my brothers. You know what I mean? And like, I guess like, yes, I would have a lot of, if someone gets like, this is the worst thing. If so, like now I understand the truth. But in the past, if someone got shot by a police, I would say, what would he do? What did he do wrong? And that's the problem. What did he do wrong to get shot? And that's the main problem. You know what I mean? Now I'm asked that question, but in the past I did. And Eddie really helped me to understand. He was like, you have to realize that like we didn't grow up in your society, and we don't view like African American men the same way that you do. And hi, I know it's not for me, but it's okay. Yes. So they grew up in a different society, right? They don't view African American men the way that we do. And then when you hear a different perspective, you realize that like, wow, like actually we have a lot of stereotypes that might not be true, or are not true, you know?
Right.
So I definitely can second what you're saying. It's like we grew up in a place where it told us that like this is bad, or this is ugly, this is not cute. So like if you really want to have a good life, you need to be with a Euro person. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we're told. So I definitely agree with you with that one.
And I was the only Black girl in my school until 7th grade. Like I was always the only, because I was born in Orange County. Orange County. That's whiteness, but predominantly in Hispanic in communities. So I didn't see me until I went to Fontana. So it's 7th grade. I'm what, 13, 14? So imagine for 14 years not even seeing someone that looks like you. Thank goodness I was always one of the smartest. But at the same time, when it comes to socially, I was just like, what? Like you said, we just get programmed of what we see, and then we start taking on these stereotypes and all these lies and all the programming, and we literally become it. Right. You were the only one till college. Oh my! Where did you grow up? My goodness.
Yeah, where'd you grow up, bro? Well, what state? At least tell us the state again, because I forgot what state.
I think I can go down. I think he said, "Oh, Chicago."
What? But like in my mind, I'm thinking Chicago is like super diverse. That's so funny. But then you were on the good side. I mean, see that comment. You were on the good side. That's a bad comment. You should erase that from my vocabulary. Like, you see this? Oh,
we're all a work in progress. Oh, he said Chicago burbs. He was in the suburbia, way out in the west. Yeah. Okay, there was. I grew up in Santa Ana. Oh, see, I was born in Santa Ana, Amari. See, years ago. There was one question. How did you meet your Ghanaian husband? The difference, you have family. Oh, so he has family in Ghana, right? So family land. Talk about that. Do you guys plan on
so back? We have our family. I had to learn how to pronounce it properly, because like tree, Ghanaian tree has like tones. So we have family land in Kaswa. Yeah, okay, Kaswa. It's called Millennium City. It's an up and coming city. It's like close to Accra, and yeah, that's a norm. Everybody has land. Everybody has land. If you're Ghanaian, you have to have land. Did
you just hear what she said? Everybody has land. That right there is mind blowing, because everybody here does not have land in the States. Ownership. Kafaru, thank you. He said, look at these beautiful Black women. So yes, that's another ego booster. Because imagine, like, my parents owned a home for like 13 years and they were married. So, but imagine if having land was already a standard. It's a standard practice in Ghana. So even though being younger, you're not thinking about land, but 40 acres and a mule, they lied to us. I don't know when they
talk about that. We need to talk about that too. That's going to be another discussion for another day.
We ain't getting no 40 acres and a mule. Yeah. Yes, most Africans do not have land in their countries. Most Africans do have land in their countries. Yeah, but here, that's another that is, when you can grow your own food and you can be self-sustaining, that does something to your psyche. I truly believe that, because now you're not like relying on others or relying on a system. We grew up in a reliant system, right? So Kafaru, he's from Cameroon, and he is a strong Pan-Africanist. So I don't know how long you've been on, but we've been talking about some good stuff, Kafaru. And now, did you want to share anything else? Because I want to go into these statistics. I want you here for that. Did you have anything else you want to share? I can just go straight into it.
Let's go into it.
Folks, we're going to go into, one day, I'm going to be fast. Converting my screen. Folks, we're going to go into the statistics.
You came in late. Oh.
Say it again.
All right. Let's do it.
Folks, and as we're talking, I was like, these graphs are these charts are so on point, and it's going to confirm. Now, this is based on U.S. Black men in the U.S., Black couples in the U.S. And this is from Pew Research. they did a study. So after that movie Loving came out, when they finally legalized interracial marriages,
Mm-hmm.
the black man fled and was happy that they can get them a white woman. So we're gonna talk about it, and it's gonna get real right now. And if you get mad, so what? Get out of here. If you get mad. Okay, this is the first one I wanted to start with. Black men are twice as likely as black women to intermarry. So, folks, let's start with these statistics. When it comes to interracial marriages, blacks is double. So 12% of women, black women, marry outside the marriage. 24% of black men marry outside of their ethnic group or race, whatever you want to call it. But if you compare it to the other races, white men, the difference is 2%. Hispanics, 2%. Right? It looks like Asian women, they be bouncing real quick. So that's a big gap there. But folks, whites and Hispanics combined and Asians combined, black men marry outside of their race more than all of those races put together.
Mm-hmm.
You guys just hear what I said. All combined.
Without the statistics. We already knew this. You know what I'm saying? Right. Seeing it on paper, we already knew this.
We already knew this, and there's so many variables to it. And I'm not bashing on my black men. As you heard my story. I love me some melanin men. I got delivered, right? I'm on team African now. Team African. So I'm on a team now. So, but I was like, no wonder I feel no wonder I feel this. We feel it. And then when we go to the continent or we go somewhere or we meet an African, we're just like, what is this? Or we meet a brother from the South, we're just like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And this explains it in a chart. Okay. So this basically says black men marry outside their marriage double than black women. Now look at this, folks. Let's go to this statistic.
Yeah, let's do this.
The next one. Let me make sure I click. I have no, but there's so many variables to this that we're gonna break it down. Let's go to.
So he has okay. So is it Kifaru has a good question. I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I'm sorry. You have to correct me. But he's asking, is it just the U.S.? It's just the U.S. It's not.
Yeah, this is just the U.S. Yeah, mm-hmm. This is just the U.S. They did a study in 2015. I was trying to find a recent one. No one has done an updated version of these statistics. Mm-hmm. And if they did, it would probably be worse.
Yeah.
So dramatic increases in intermarriage for blacks and whites. Folks, look at this graph. Why is it us that have the most drastic changes? You see that? From 1980, do I need to make it bigger? From 1980 to 2015, this is the rate of interracial marriages within our community. This is that brainwashing result, the heavy indoctrination of beauty. Yes, folks. This is what it is. This right here, this chart right here shows you how steep. Look at this, folks. This is us. This includes black and white. I mean, black and oh my gosh, black men and black women. Yes.
I have to make a comment.
Yes.
Because I think that this is I think coming. I think that this is actually the result of so you were saying Blue was saying the heavy indoctrination of beauty. I believe this is the result of the idea that the European standard and everything means betterness. So it's for example, when you marry a white woman or white man, that means you're upgrading your life. You're coming from being here, now you're going to be up here. It's not necessarily where it's beauty per se. I think that I think that everyone can recognize a very beautiful woman, but I think that when it comes down to it, it's the token of having a white woman or white man means that you have things good, you have things going. I think that's really what it is. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you said that because people can say whatever they want about Dr. Umar, but no one has, Vicky, you just hit on the head. No one has helped the Black American community like Dr. Umar. He says there's two reasons why. One, self-hatred, And two, acceptance, what you're talking about. Because think about it. If you don't like yourself, you don't want to roll around and see yourself laying next to you. And you don't want little mini versions of yourself running around.
That's true.
Period.
That's true.
So it's the self-hate, the acceptance, the idea that white is better and black is black, because of the programming. And that's why I have way more tolerance, because I used to be there. Like I shared earlier, that wasn't my mentality. So now when I encounter people, security and status, hi mama,
Absolutely.
that's my mom. Security and status, because we think, boom, white man, right? That was my issue. Security and status, power. Now I shifted my mentality. It's like, well, they had to steal, rape, exploit to get that. So why would I want to continue the lineage of someone like that? Like all of these ball players getting that little trophy. Ooh, BCB, I like your analogy. So drastic increases in intermarriage for blacks and whites. But even still, even though whites is rising, the blacks, it's just astronomical, right? And look at this. Asians, it went down. Hispanics stayed about the same. And folks, if we look how strong the Hispanic community is, they stay within, right? Same thing with Asians. Was the Asian at the top? Asians, they went down. Think about it. You're in China. How family focused are they? Family is first.
Yeah, the men are very loyal to their women, very much loyal, in the sense where it's like they will always marry their women a million times over. Period. That's just how it is. The women, though.
But that's a whole different story. We saw that statistic. But yeah, I mean, we see it in our everyday lives. These statistics are just putting the nail in it, so people that are mad can just be mad and not be mad at us. Okay, next one. It gets more better. Okay, 10, 12. Look, I think I showed you this one already. Number 7. Did we talk about this one? Yeah, we talked. Oh no, among blacks, gender gap and intermarriage higher for those with some college or more.
Okay, say it again.
Oh, I'm sorry. I blocked it. Let me make it back. This one. Among black, gender gap in intermarriage higher for those with some education or more. Okay. So the more education you have, basically the more money you have, the higher chances you're going to go outside of your court. Yeah. So if we look here, people with bachelor's degrees, and look at, of course, we got our own topic among blacks. This is just for the black man and woman. They give us our own chart, folks, because it's so dramatic. Okay. When it comes to a bachelor's degree, when it comes to high school or less, 10%, 17% of the women, married within each other. No, outside, interracial marriage. Some college, look at the big jump. Men, 24%. Women, 10%. When it comes to bachelor's degrees, black men leaving the family, it's 30%. We only went up 3%. So basically, we stay within ours.
Oh.
We stay with it. No matter our education or money, we stay within for the most part. I was sick when I came across a YouTube channel of a black woman coaching other black women how to be attractive to white men. It was so embarrassing listening to her.
Okay, make a comment. I'll make a comment about what Kifaru said. Okay, you make a comment first, and I'll make a comment.
I'm embarrassed just reading it out loud. That's all I gotta say on that one.
I'm gonna give a different perspective though, because like this is the thing. If in reality, let's see, if our black men are leaving and going out to the world to like whatever and completely just betraying, you know what I mean? They're the people who look like their mothers, then what she's doing is not so crazy, because like because you also have to look at the statistics of like African American women or African women and their single status. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's the reality. Like once we go up to like levels like PhD and things like that, then we're like it's even harder for us. You know what I mean? So if that's the case, then maybe people trying to change our perspective and being loyal to our man, because I think that like we are very much loyal to like our African men, and like if this is how we're gonna get repaid, then like maybe they should learn. I don't know what you think about that comment, Kafaru, but like, don't you think that, like, if you're not gonna be loyal to us, then like we're gonna have to like stop being loyal to you.
That's respectable. Where's your home? Not where is your money. Where is your home? Not where is your money. Ooh, I don't get it. You get it? Well, maybe not so crazy. My dad was white. And that opens up a whole different category. The mixed ones. Ooh, okay.
My little siblings are mixed. They have like half Euro blood, half African blood. So like I'm just gonna put that out there. My siblings, my little siblings. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and what's the truth about that? Yeah, it's a dicey situation. Everyone wants love, and people find it difficult to get with a lower social economic status or lower earning power. Yeah, and I never knew him. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my God.
Yes.
So sorry.
Hey, so white dads bounce too. It's not a black. See, it's not just a black. That's a stereotype that the black man's not there for his family. Stereotype. It's a real stereotype. But I'm glad you said that, because at the end of the day, you want to be happy, right? But for me, I know now building the community through family, if I get married and if I have kids, oh my God, that's too much. But if I do, it will be a black man. You don't need a whole movement. You can date anyone you want. Why a movement? It's a normal thing to want high value people. Ooh, come through, BCB and Kafaru. Y'all coming through. Let's go. I mean, that's a conversation. We all want to be happy.
Us being loyal to our men is a movement. Like we've always been since the beginning. We've always been so loyal. So like I actually feel a little bit like low-key betrayal. I'm just gonna be real. When it comes to like African American men, how they treat women. Like I've seen how they treat us, and especially like the more melanated ones. I've seen it. And like I've heard it, I've heard the comments, I've heard the things about like, oh, I don't date dark-skinned girls and all these different things. And I'm just like, why? So it's like we are so loyal to you guys. So like why do you turn around and just like slap us in the face and we look like your mom? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why do you do that? That's what I'm saying.
There's so many variables.
Huh?
This is why I love you. But there's so many variables. Leslie, you was on one a while back. I already told them I was a coon. I already blasted myself out. Product of my environment.
I was always loyal from the beginning, but I did have some stereotypes. But I was always loyal from the beginning. I always
too many variables.
Yeah. So what do you do when it comes to that? I want to hear from I want to hear about like how do you feel like men out there? I want to know like about the African men out there, the African as a whole, like black men, like African, whatever, all the same to me. Yeah, like what is your perspective on like how you like a lot, and even when they come to the States, I realize like a lot of like people who are born and raised on the continent, like our people who are born and raised on the continent, right? They come to the US and they feel like, oh, let's get a white woman just to like make things, just steal the deal. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like a lot of Ghanaians, even Ghanaians, when they come here, I've heard, all right, I don't like this is like coming from my husband, said that like a lot of them will actually just like seek out for like white women to kind of like steal the deal, like, oh yeah, like now I'm in a better place. So that it's acceptance. Like this is yeah. So it's like when it comes down to it, it's like how long do we have to be loyal for? You know what I mean? It's getting tired.
And they Kafru said, I love my black woman till I die. Vicky, I'm sorry. I will always love the black man. And
thank you, Kafaru. He's one of a kind.
One thing, because at first, that's why traveling abroad is so important. I just left you alone until you snapped out of it. Thank you, Mama. See, my parents let me grow up. BCB, the good thing is that I feel like it's changing. I see a lot of very dark-skinned women are getting the love on social media these days. So I think Black love is going to be different for the younger. And you know why? Because we get to control social media greater than TV. right?
Mm-hmm.
Because television
Mm-hmm.
is controlled by what I think there's like 10 main people. You know, the music industry is controlled by like three main oligarchies, whatever you want to call it. But social media, like right now, we get to create this. We created this space for us to communicate, and so that's why we have more control of what we see now. And so yeah, I do believe dark skinned women are being more recognized, but I didn't feel appreciated till I went to the motherland.
Yeah.
And China, actually. China gassed me up real good. They wanted to sign me a modeling contract and everything, just walking down the street. I'm telling you, it's outside of this country. It is what
Yeah.
it
Oh
is.
man.
I was going to say something that was really good. The power of traveling, because if I didn't plan on leaving the States or like traveling abroad, I would probably be mad and like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God, they're all trying to, they just want a light skin or they just want a white woman. But now that I travel abroad, I'm like, there's so many options.
Yeah, it's
Because
true.
if you're limited just to the States, you're gonna feel hopeless. But if there's black men on almost every country, there's Germany. I met a couple of them in Germany. Fine too, fine. Okay, everywhere, exactly. The people making the content are able to represent themselves and the culture at large. You don't have
It's
these gatekeepers. Yeah, you have to
Yeah, it's
travel,
true.
Vicky.
I've definitely seen much more, and so I'm so like optimistic for my daughter, and I've seen like much more. When I was growing up, I didn't see anything, but now I'm just like,
Oh,
there are actually cute dolls with like my melanin. Yes, before there wasn't cute
mm-hmm.
ones, and so things like that. So like I like the way that like we're moving in a direction where it's like we're seeing more, and this is what the Ghanaian men in Ghana get. You know what I mean? Like every day they see us. You know what I mean? They see how beautiful we are. So it's like they grow up knowing how beautiful we are. And so I think it's all about like conditioning. It's all about the brain, like
Conditioning.
how you train people to view things. That's it.
Right,
We're kind of like
right.
robots. Yeah.
That's what it is. I think there. I had one more. I had one more chart, and then we can wrap it up. This was so good. What? Glory. Okay. Oh, now this part, get ready, folks. This is going to blow you out the water. Let me share this. Oh, you can't see. I keep on forgetting. I'm too hyped. Let me calm down. This is bomb. Are you guys happy? Oh, shoot. Okay. Can you guys see? Can they see the screen?
Not yet. I can't yet. Yeah, keep it. Okay, got it. Yes.
Okay. Across race and ethnicity, age partners of intermarriage. Folks, what this says, as we get older, of course, our chart is drastic, right? As we marry outside less. So that means as you got older, did you get some type of revelation? Huh? You see? I believe the introduction of mixed race, biracial people in the West is the main issue. No mixed race, no problem. So stop the mixing. That is a way to do it. Stop mixing. No cap. That is a way to do it. Stop mixing. But this, but I mean, hey, that's a solution. If that's a problem, don't do it. So this chart says as we get older, we date outside of our race less. Look at this chart, folks. Blacks date out of their race or marry out of their race less as they get older. And it's a drastic drop. So I'm assuming we got a revelation somewhere and said, ooh, let me go back to my woman, to my man. Because this is so good. Because at the end of the day, you want to be by someone, I'm sorry, that looks like you, that you can have a conversation with, right? My mom, because we tired. People see that and it ain't all that. People, that acceptance we're talking about earlier, they always come home. You're coming back if you're watching this. You're going to come back. Let me stop. I yell too much. But I'm like, okay, maybe, for example, me. Let me just use myself. When I got this revelation, I was, it was 3 years ago? I was 30 years old when I realized that I want to be with my black man, period. Right? So as I got older and educated myself, I realized, nope, I want to be with my community. At the end of the day, we are all we have. Yep. I mean, this is a good way to just to end on this note because we come back home. Statistically, we end up coming back. Because at the end of the day, if you are with a white woman, and we love all people, but everybody knows the context of what we're talking about. If you're laying next to a white woman, she says, "Oh, but what did you do wrong? You got pulled over. You must have did something wrong." You're gonna get tired of that. Coming home to that, you're like, "Woman, I was driving 2 miles under the speed limit." It's called driving while black. Let me tell you, I seen it all, and none of it was any good. In retrospect, them other folks crazy. Ooh, so yeah, you're gonna come back home. I don't know what else to say. Just share what you're thinking.
No comments. No comments.
No, you're coming back. Okay, folks. Any other last minute comments? Please put it in so we can read through them real quick. I don't want to be too long, but that's it, folks. You're coming back home. I came back home. Ruddy, you never left.
I never left. I was always side comment, please. I'm gonna side comment, please, because like my dad, my stepdad is Euro. Okay, he's 100% Euro, right? White man, and he's like super sweet. So like, guys have to chill. Some of them are like so nice, like. I can't, like, it's hard because like this is like he's great, he's amazing, and so they're like, we're also all humans, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like I don't want to be like that opening up whatever, but it's like, yeah, guys, come on, like, and my mom is so beautiful to him, like he like just ups her every single day, he treats her so well, and he treats me so well. He says I'm the most beautiful thing in the world, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, just like, throw that in there.
You know, thank you. Right, so people won't get too mad. I don't think the average black man. I don't think the average black man thinks of not marrying a black woman. How can you not love that black beauty? It's impossible.
Thank you. He's a lot of sweet words. Okay.
No comment. I never left. Black women are very beautiful. Hey, Nee. Hi, Nee. I think Nee. At the end of the day, folks,
we know we're beautiful. Thank you for saying it again.
Thank you for we appreciate the comments. So overall, at the end of the day, you're gonna do what you want to do, whoever you want to be with. I wanted to shine a light on the psychology of why we're doing what we're doing, because I didn't know why I was doing what I was doing. I was just going through the subliminal brainwashing, which was the reason I thought the way I thought, right? But when I came out of that and started educating myself, at the same time, I love my white people too. I got lots of them as friends. Yeah, I mean, me too. But
at the end of the day, we're all humans, but continue.
We're all humans. I just wanted to shine the light on why do you think the way you think? And if you're degrading someone because of the way they look, internalize and think about why that is. Is it coming from programming and colonization and slavery and all that? Or literally love this woman? Do you literally love this man? Or is it coming from a place of what's that word? Inferiority complex? Inferiority complexes. Yeah. Yeah. Where is it coming from? Where is your passion, your love coming from? That's why I wanted to show. We're coming back at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we all we got. Oh, this was so cute today.
Yeah. It's so true. Yeah. I mean, like we're family. Like we have to be loyal to each other first. You know what I mean? It's so important for us to love each other and love ourselves, you know? It's like that's what everybody else is doing. So like why are we gonna be different from everybody else, you know? And then just love ourselves first. And then we spread the love to the other worlds. World.
It's just like if we look at yourself as an individual, you gotta love you first before you love someone else. So love our community first before we love anyone else. UNITY. UNITY. Alrighty, folks. Thank you so much. I'm good. You good?
I'm good.
We all good. Thank you guys so much. Have a good rest of your night. And I have a video premiering this Saturday at 10:30 a.m. I'm starting to build my ram earth wall. The engineers went to my site, and I'm going to show you that process. So, all right, folks, remove the plank from your own eye first. Ooh, scriptures are falling. We're
Ooh,
going to end
Bible
now.
verses.
We're ending
Okay.
now.